Hello everyone and welcome back to the part 2 of this modern build video. If you haven't seen part 1, please feel free to check it out. It's on my channel. I will link it down in the description below. As per usual, this was a Twitch stream that I turned into a video. I'm just fixing a little like mistakes that I noticed yesterday when I was editing the first part. So I added these windows in because I don't know, it really bothered me that there wasn't there, there was no window on the second floor. Like you don't really need it, but it would just bother me. And then the swimming pool was not even, so I fixed that as well. But yeah, so if you don't know what this video was about, basically, I did the shell of the house yesterday, and this video is just gonna be the furnishing. Um, I mean, overall, I'm happy with this build. I don't think it's my best work. I just like there's little things about this house that I'm not really like 100% sold on. Like these hallways, they're going around. They're like just one square wide, which is not ideal. Um, I had this vision for this house, and I tried to recreate it in The Sims, and it didn't really work out as I wanted it to. Maybe if I gave it a bit more thought, I would be able to do it, but I don't know. It's fine. Like I'm happy with it. It's not that I'm not. Um, it's just it's not the perfect house. Like far from that. But yeah. So like the title suggests, it's gonna be a modern build. Um, which is something that I love. Also, I thought that was so weird. Like I put in the kitchen lights in, and then when I started furnishing the kitchen, the lights were gone. So I don't know what happened. So I had to re-add them. I love these counters. Oh yeah. Also, if you don't know, this build only includes the base game and the Get Together expansion pack. So on one hand, it's really frustrating how you get so limited with items that you can use using only one expansion pack. But on the other hand, it kind of helps, because you're not so overwhelmed. That being said, I did end up like looking for items all the time, and then I was like, oh wait, no, that's like spa day, or that's seasons. And so it was a challenge, but that was the whole point. Also, if you're screaming at me right now, I did not realize this at the time, um, but I moved in my sim at the end of this video when I was done to do screenshots and stuff. And when I did screenshots, I realized that I moved these cupboards up because you could see them through the window, and I didn't want that, so I moved them up. And I took so long and I tried so hard to get them perfectly aligned, as you can see. And then when I did the screenshots, I actually realized they are clipping through the ceiling, which never occurred to me. Interesting. So yeah, that will be fixed in the end. If there's any other mistakes that I overlooked, but please feel free to point those out in the comments below. Also, can we just like take a minute? Like those cupboards and those counters, that's supposed to be like matching. That's like the same swatch and everything. Um, I mean, no. It just no. Like I don't like the mismatching in this game is actually so frustrating. But what can you do? I also put in the magic tea brewer, whatever it's called, because I feel like a lot of people use it. I don't really, because I never can remember which tea does what. But it's there you if you use it, if you like using it. Um, what else? What else? So yeah, I'm gonna be using some shelving just for some detail. Also, I love how nothing actually fits on shelves. Also, if you are gonna download this video from the gallery, it has been uploaded as well, like 5 minutes ago. Um, the link is in the description below. Feel free to check it out. Give it a thumbs up if you like. I would really appreciate that. However, I forgot to mention in the description for the build, if you do end up downloading it, please make sure you have the move objects cheat on, because it is being used all over the place. I have, like I said before, I have moved in my sim at the end of this video. I obviously cut that part out because you don't need to see that. But I've moved her in, and I had her test the bed, which I was concerned about. This bin situation that's gonna happen in the kitchen in a second, and there was something else that I was a bit worried about. I'm not sure what it was, but I had her test everything, and it works. Everything works. So if you're concerned about that, no need to worry. Just make sure you have the cheat on. So yeah, that's that. I don't know, like I managed to fill up those shelves in the end without using move objects, but I still think it's so silly how there's all these clutter items that are supposed to be on shelves and you can't put them on shelves. Like I just don't understand. But yeah, so adding just like some clutter items to make the house more livable, some tea bags and stuff. I added this table in the middle because I just felt like there wasn't enough counter space. I love having a lot of counter space, so it's, and like there was just like this huge empty space in the middle of the kitchen, so why not fill it up? And I was gonna use these little paintings because I couldn't find anything that would fit, but in the end I did end up finding things, so I will change those. Also keep in mind, like I said, this is only the base game and the get together expansion pack, so a lot of items that you probably you could put on shelves, I couldn't use. I'm actually quite proud of myself because I was sure that I was gonna forget about the whole restricting myself to one expansion pack, and then I'm gonna end up putting something else in, and it's gonna just defeat the whole purpose. I did end up using the divider in the bedroom, the kids' bedroom. Was actually, I'm not sure which pack it was. It was from a different pack, and then I realized that the how when you switch from build to buy mode, the preset for like filtering content resets itself. So I did actually end up going back, and I used one from base game. It's not as great, but just to make this build more accessible for more people, because using less expansion packs always helps, because not everybody has all of them. I don't even have all of the. I have all of the expansion packs and game packs, but I don't have. I'm missing a lot of game packs just because a lot of them are about kids and toddlers, and I personally don't really play around a lot with kids in The Sims. And that being said, I actually really try to make this house really kid slash toddler friendly. So there's just toys everywhere, and there's a high chair in the kitchen, as you just saw. Um, I ended up using this table because it was the only round table that I had, but I only used 4 chairs because these rooms are like what 5 by 5, so they're actually really small. So just to give Sims a bit more room to move around, and I don't mind it. I don't know. I think it still works. The table had a matching chair, but I swear to God, that chair is the most uncomfortable looking thing I have ever seen in my life. So I was like, I don't care if it's matching. For once, there is actually something that matches, but I am not using that. There's just no way. So yeah, it's quite a simple build. There's not a lot of clutter, also because, like I said, there, I was quite limited with what I could actually use. So, but it works out, and I feel like I filled out the house and the courtyard and the backyard and everything. It has everything you need. If you can always change it up to your liking of as well. But yeah, I don't know. I was really struggling. I didn't know what to put in that little corner because um, like normally I guess you would put a bar in, but I don't really like most of them, and they were just too big. So I just put this bonsai tree, which I think is it's plus because it's a skill building item as well. And then I just use these little paintings or photos or whatever that kind of look like a kid maybe drew it, or just gives it that like kid presence in the house, which I was going for. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think I've done much else. Um, Obviously, there's the ceiling lights in all the rooms, just because they actually, light up the space. But I did put actual lights in every single individual room that fit with the decor. Yeah. If you're wondering why the jar's there on the floor, it's just so because I wanted to use it, but sometimes you forget. So I will like see an item and I'm like, oh, I have to use this, so I just pop it down somewhere randomly, and then when I get to it, I actually use it. So yeah, I was gonna put a ceiling light, and then I realized, oh wait, there's a dance floor upstairs, so we can't use a ceiling light. So we just end up on these wall lights. So if you haven't seen the first part, the ceiling, the dance floor thing was just I thought I never use it. I don't care really about the dancing skill. So I stumbled upon it, and then I was like, you know what? I loved how it was like you can see through the ceiling. It's just such a weird, funky thing, and I was like, it's too good not to do it. So I just did it. It's completely random. If you hate it, please feel free to remove it. I just thought it was. I like doing like little quirky stuff like that. Just like one sneaky thing per build maybe. So yeah, because these rooms are so small, there's so many windows. I didn't want the TV to be blocking the window, so I actually end up moving the window into the dining room. Which the dining room actually should have had two windows in the first place. The reason why there's no window is because the game removed it because it won't allow you to put windows next to stairs, and I forgot to go back and add it. But then in the end, it kind of works out because, as I said, the living room actually will lose a window. So I just quickly swapped those two around, and then had to replace the tree because it was getting in the way, and I couldn't place the vines properly. I kept getting distracted while doing this living room. I don't know what it was about it, but yeah. Um, I don't know if it's just me, but this is the issue that I've got when I'm like, when I'm building and furnishing houses. It's like, it's not that like even if I'm doing a style that I don't necessarily like, for me it's like even this house, it's like a modern build. There's modern couches, but like some of them I will never use just because they look so uncomfortable. I don't know if that's just me, but I'm like, and even if like the actual comfort stats are good, if it looks like it's uncomfortable, I'm not gonna put it in my game because like who would want to sit on that couch in real life? So I was really struggling to find the right one, and then because there's chimneys on the roof, I figured there has to be at least one fireplace in the house, and also I like how it gives them the positive mood lit. So I did include the fireplace, which is a bit, you know, covering the window, but there's a flower bed outside of the window, so you can't see it. Um, so it's not ideal, but no fireplace was low enough, and I couldn't be bothered just rearranging the whole thing. And I don't think it's really that big of a deal. It doesn't bother me anyway. Oh my god, I love this bookshelf. It goes perfect with this house, with the whole theme of it. And it didn't fit in the living room, but I was like, I'm determined to use it, so I just put it aside until I find a place for it. And I just end up using these small shelves because I just wanted to have a bookcase. And I will actually change the living room later on because initially I was gonna put the computer in the bedroom, the master bedroom, but I ran out of space. So the computer will be coming downstairs into the living room. There's a little teddy bear again, just to give that little, there's kids around vibes. And oh my god, I will say this was I think one of the biggest struggles was the paintings and just covering up the walls because having just base game and the get together expansion pack enabled, like there's like nothing to put on walls. It's just, oh my god, it was so frustrating, but I did my best with what I had to work with. So hopefully you like that in the end. Yeah, so there was, just adding nice little fire hazards in there, just clutter up that fireplace. I'm just kidding. Let's hope it doesn't catch fire. Unless that's what you're going for, then well, go for it. So yeah, it would just be. I actually managed to find a matching chair for the couch. That's what's gonna go in there for now. Um, and just putting, I think just some little painting to fill up the wall. This foyer is like a bit of a waste of space because it's not really a room that has a purpose, but it was more so just so that I could have a full bathroom downstairs, which I did end up putting in, and I had to fill it up with just something, so I just put in this shelf, just put some clutter items on it. Also, it was so weird how everything was clipping onto the top, but nothing would like fit on the bottom shelf, which again I don't understand. But I saw this toy and I was like, who would ever use that, and why would you use it, and where, what concept? And then I was like, you know what? Let's use it. So I ended up using it. And then I tried to like place this toy car with like using the 0 and 9 keys on my keyboard, but then I was like, you know what? It's not worth it. Let's just leave it empty. I even went through the whole like sculpture section, which is something I think I use the least is the sculptures. Um, but yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna leave it empty. I mean, it's not empty; it's just not fully clutter, I guess. So we're moving on to the master bedroom. Like I said, this table. Oh my god, this bed looks a bit, you know, suspicious. But I had my sim tested from both sides, and she was okay to get in and sleep, so it works. There's no side tables, but oh well. Um, but yeah, in the end, I'm actually really happy with this room. It's a bit simple, um, but I feel like it's a modern house, and maybe the family who lives there just isn't that into clutter. Because if I had all the other expansion packs enabled, trust me, there would be a lot more happening everywhere. But like I said, it's a blessing and a curse. I did add some little touches with like the nail polish and the cosmetics and all that. Um, so yeah. So this is actually a room that I'm like, I like it, and at the same time, it's not really my taste. So the way that I designed this house is there's a toddler bed and a single bed, which it can be a kid's bed or a teen or an adult, whatever. So this room, I designed it so it's like a shared room for two kids. Obviously, one's a toddler and one's older, which is not ideal. Obviously, you wouldn't want two kids that are like so far. The age difference is so big. You wouldn't want them in the same room. Also, that's the divider that I was talking about before, which I later realized was from a different pack, so I had to replace it. Um, so it's not ideal that they're in the same room, but I just wanted to have two kids, or like an option to have two kids in the house. So I did my best to like divide the room in two and like separate it, because it was almost like the teenager was like mad about the fact that they have to share the room with their like little brother or sister. So they like made their best to like separate and just create a little corner for them, which I thought was realistic and kind of like makes sense. So even though, like I said, I normally wouldn't put a teen or a kid and a toddler in the same room, I feel like you know doing it this way you can kind of get away with it. If you don't like it, you can always change it. That's you can do whatever you want with this house if you end up downloading it. But yeah, I don't know, I didn't mind it. I also use this bookshelf. Lot You don't really need it, but I use it as a like a divider as well. And I will decorate. You will see the teen. Half of the room will be decorated in with like all these posters, and it's just like a huge mess with like dirty laundry on the floor. Just to really give that that clear separation of the room where it's like, this is my space, and I don't care, I'm just gonna be messy, and teenagers, you know what they're like. So yeah, I also really really love that size chart, I guess, where you like measure your kid when it grows. But there was no space for it in here, so I put it in the master bedroom with the parents, which I think is still appropriate. And I will actually end up moving all these posters to like cover that like kid like wallpaper, like almost like the teenager was like, you know what, I hate this room, I can't believe you're making me stay in this child bedroom, like I hate this, I'm gonna like cover as much as possible of this, just like, this is ridiculous, mom, I need my own room. So that was kind of the idea behind it. um so I mean, probably the bedspread should be a bit more aggressive, considering we are like, the story of this room is like this angry teenager lives here. But I didn't want to put like, because I feel the rug is so busy and there's so many colors and everything already happening. I really wanted just like a muted bedspread, so that's why it seems a bit off. But the other ones were all so busy, so that's the one I use. It kind of looks unisex as well, which I think is good. Um, so yeah, just filling up all these surfaces. Again, make sure to have move objects on, because without it, the shelves would be empty in this game. um, so yeah, this is like just an activity room, an activity area. I was considering using a bigger dance floor, which ideally you would use like like the whole room would be like the same tiling, but obviously you can't do it because of the stairs, so I just kept this in the middle. And then I realized later on that you can't actually place anything on it, which I think is weird. Like, I get it, it's a dance floor, but you should still be able to just use it as um just like a normal floor. I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. Also, there was a missing bush right there, I don't know why. Doesn't make much sense, but oh well. I don't know if you've noticed, I've also switched clips because I actually ran out of money, and I keep forgetting that when you're building in like build like free build mode or whatever it's called, you can't actually use cheats, like money cheats. So I had to go get my sim, put her back in the house, cheat the money, and then move her back out. Um, I'm not exactly sure how expensive this house actually ends up as. I know that it's over 100,000. I think it's, look, whatever I say, I'm gonna lie, but I know for a fact it's at least like 120,000 simoleons. It is a big house. Um, like, the rooms, it's in themselves are small, but when you consider everything, like the square, how do you say it? Like square area and all that, and then um, all the outdoor, like the landscaping items and that, all that are like quite expensive. So it's a bit pricey, but let's say that, this family has worked hard to get where they are. So this is where I put the computer in as well, because, you gotta have a computer in the house, obviously. I'm so happy to have this just 1 square foot desk, because I was really concerned that I was gonna have to use like the big um, like office desk, and that just wouldn't work. That chair is a bit random, but I just thought it was, you can sit in the comfy chair by the fire, read a book, and like I said, I tested it all. So you can walk around. It's not in the way of doors or anything. The bathrooms are pretty simple. All the furnishing is the same. I actually just copy pasted. Um, like, it's a bathroom. It's really not that exciting. Um, so there's 3 full bathrooms and one half bathroom. The ensuite has the shower. Did I? Oh, no, no. Actually, I changed it. My bad. So all the 3 full bathrooms have a bathtub. So there's plenty of space to wash your toddlers and your pets if you decide to have any. There is no pet stuff in this house, obviously, because the pets expansion pack was not the one that I was using. But there's heaps of space for your four-legged friends to run around. There's a huge backyard as well, so you can always add those the necessities for pets if you so choose. Um, but yeah, you know, nice bathrooms. They're simple, they're small, but it's got everything you need in a bathroom, which is all that matters really. What else? Is there something else? I don't know. Just putting in some lights, just more for the visual effect. Like I said, the ceiling lights that actually provide the light are actually already in there. I'm gonna actually end up expanding this bathroom because I was like, this corner I kept it because of the shower, and I was like, you know what? It really doesn't affect the bedroom if I just expand it. So that's what I did. Just rearrange it to make a bit more sense. And there's the bathtub with the towel rack and the robe and the whole shebang. Yeah, I'm so happy that there's a base game ceiling fan because I'm pretty sure the other one is out in living, and I like putting in my fans. I don't know, it makes it more realistic, I guess. This courtyard was a bit tricky. I didn't know what to do with it. Oh yeah, I see. That's when I said before that I randomly when I see items that I need to use, I will just randomly pop them down somewhere. And good thing I did because if I hadn't done that with the potty, I would have probably forgotten it, and we wouldn't have a potty for our kids. Well, toddlers. Um, so yeah, this courtyard, I was like, I didn't know what to do with it. There was not many things that I wanted to add, and I was like looking for the flower arranging table. And I was like, oh right, that's seasons. Never mind. Yeah, so it's a bit of like the use of space is not the best. I'll admit it. Um, if like I said a million times now, if I had access to more expansion packs, there'd be more items to put in. You could do like maybe like a seating area or just like some sofas and stuff like that. Maybe that's what I should have done. Well, go wild. You guys can decorate it and furnish it to your liking. I like that sculpture. I thought it's a bit random, but I really like it. It's aesthetically pleasing. So I used it and I put this wood storage area. Storage area. What is wrong with me? This wood storage because there's a fireplace. So obviously, the wood needs to come from somewhere. There's something for the kids to do. There's something for the adults to do. Build some skills as well. Um, and yeah, so this is like again like another void space, and I was like, perfect. It's close to the kids' room. Let's just put this llama table and the tablet, whatever it's called in The Sims. And we're already moving onto the outdoor, the backyard area of the house, which will just have your basics outdoor, some loungers, obviously there's going to be a grill and a bar. I did end up putting in a bar just to fill up the space. A couple of planters, so you can garden a little bit. Almost forgot, but in the end I didn't. There's the mailbox. um, then there's the monkey bars for the kids. I'm gonna pop in some toys in as well. There's a punching bag. I just left it from when I did the building. I wanted to include a fire pit. Is that what it's called? But it was just too big. So yeah, it just didn't work. So there we go. Just adding a couple more toys in to satisfy those toddler needs. And another like a bit random, I'll admit it, but there's a potty. Why not? Why not? Like you don't have to run all the way to the other side of the house to potty train your child. Why do I keep saying child? It's a toddler. Jesus, there's a difference. And I know the difference. I'm a bit distracted today because I literally woke up and then started building this an hour after. I haven't done anything yet today at all. I haven't even gotten like any food or anything. It's like 5 p.m. But priorities. So yeah, I ended up putting these wall lamps, wall lights, whatever, on top of those doors just to give like a nice warm feeling to the house. And again, it bothered me that the doors and the windows are different heights, so that kind of fills the void, I guess. Um, Also, the little two balconies by the side are kind of like useless. There's nothing in there. It's just more so for the aesthetic, like the outside of the house. It's not really meant to be like a space in the house where you would do something. Always include a fire alarm. Very, very important. Some nice little decorative items just to, you know, give it a bit more homely feeling. And yeah, we're pretty much done. We're just gonna jump into the screenshots. I actually managed to take them. I didn't forget this time. So we will look into those in a bit in a minute. And also, this food path was a bit weird because I did move the house initially. So I was like, this doesn't really make sense anymore. So I changed it to just like a straight line, um, which I don't know. It didn't occur to me until then, I guess. Oh well. So yeah, here we go with the screenshots. That was the front and the back of the house. The little foyer, the kitchen from both sides, the dining room, the living area with a nice cozy fire already lit up for the newcomers. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you like this house. The link is in the description below if you want to download it. And yeah, I will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.